Hello and welcome back to the Demis Hellen channel. It looks like we are on to a sequence of arpeggiator videos quite on the regular, so I'm thinking of doing this every month, so let me know in the comments if you want me to create something or ideas every month. I'm not going to promise the be-all and end-all of tutorials, just little ideas and snippets to get you on the sort of road to producing better arpeggiated sequences. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to leave it on 16ths and we're going to work in G minor. That's always my sort of go-to thing, so I'm just going to get an idea. Usually I just hit some keys on the keyboard in that scale and see if I can get any ideas. So I'm hitting an E flat and a G. Alright, let's go with that. So I'm going to just draw these in 16ths rolling for a second. And that goes like this. And I'm going to make these offbeat, I think, so maybe something like that. Just put the metronome on. Do that. Okay, so I'm going to make that do that, so we kind of get that sort of a rhythm going here. Okay, so I think an A is going to sit there nicely. And I'm just going to draw some bass notes in very crudely at the moment, and we're going to have that on an E flat. There's the B flat it needs. Alright, so we're going to progress this. I'm just going to shift that up, and this is where the bass could possibly change in the lower portion. So let's take that down to a C. Okay, so we're going to go for a 4-bar melody. I think with this one that is probably going to work quite nicely. And let's just see where this can progress from there. I'm going to give this a shot. We're going to go with all of these notes. This is going to go to a G. Instead of the melody starting on a G here, or the arpeggiated sequence, we're going to move this to the B flat, D and E flat, and then I'm going to invert these. And inverting just means changing the notes. So instead of it starting here, this would be the last note in the sequence, but shifting the notes as we go. So if I delete this one here, this is the best way to describe it. We'd actually start on a D, then we'd have the D, or the E flat, should we say, and then we'd have the A up here, like so. So it's the same notes, they're just in a different order. Okay, so that is sounding okay. I think that's going to be suiting a F better, maybe an A. Maybe that is going to suit going from here to here to here, maybe. Let's just have a listen to that. In fact, that might sound just going better from here. Probably what I'm looking for there. So it's just a bit of trial and error. It's not guesswork, it's what order, what sequence, what harmonies are we trying to create here. And obviously my brain's probably gone on a different trajectory to what you was imagining would sound better in your head. And that's the beauty of creation. It is always your own idea and your own input at the end. So I don't know whether that's going to go down to an F. That's quite a nice little intro melody for sort of like an uplifting type trance, I think. maybe something like that. Okay, so maybe that and that. Quite nice because it nearly drops it back down to the beginning, giving it a nice all-rounder. There we are. So you can see it's a little bit of trial and error, but at the same time I'm just trying to find the right harmonies. Now this bass is annoying me, so now we've got the sort of notation there. We can obviously get, let's get rid of that one there as well. We can shift these around, so I'm going to have these maybe start like this and have them start on every second bar. Have a listen to that with the metronome first. Then maybe an octave below, have the same note but offset so it starts on the bar. Higher. And the beauty of this is we can create two versions. So I'm going to copy this over. So we have our secondary copy. In fact, we'll go with this one here. And instead of this just repeating like so, like I'd normally do in our arpeggiated videos, is just fill every gap rocking back and forth between the two octaves. We could actually create an arpeggio in itself below. This is going to add complexity, and it's also going to set you aside from other music that is out there that are going to do this sort of basic thing here. So we can take note from these three notes up at the top. So we could do something like this, maybe like that. I think it's a B flat, yes. Let's just give that a shot first. You can hear how that's starting to work. I'm going to sway maybe that one an octave lower. Maybe that just goes here. Let's copy that over to the second one. Maybe have an F. Now let's focus on this first bar. It sounds a little bit weird because of these two notes here. And let's just repeat that round there. Maybe like this. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, but we create different velocity values for these, so especially these top notes. We don't want everything to be the same, so I'm just going to draw some crude velocity changes in there. Please be a bit more creative than what I've just done there. And I'm just going to make sure these two aren't too loud. You can hear straight away that becomes more acceptable. These are a bit loud, so I'm going to do the same thing. Let's just draw some crude changes. And then obviously when we open the mod wheel, we can actually reduce these a bit more. And then I can go for the same for the other ones. So let's look at C with that one. Now you can see that that note's out, so I'm just going to drop it one and see how that sounds. But it sounded a lot more complex at the moment, so let's just delete these two. We're going to leave that F there for reference, so we're going up to G next. That all sits perfectly in the scale, so let's just hope that works. If it doesn't, we can change a few bits up. And with this one, I'm going to move to the A. Let's see how this all sounds together. Okay, so let's just match all of these to the same level roughly. If we just change back to velocity, we can see everything's roughly the same, and these are a little bit quieter, so they don't impose and distract you. Okay, so I'm going to copy this over and I'm going to create a secondary part. So I'm just going to set this one apart as the original, and we're going to make a bass change over here. And maybe have that on A. I feel like I can make... And if we jump in here, we can start making a little bit of a change to the bass. So maybe this one, this time round, could go up like so. So we're in key there and we're in key there. And then maybe drop that to the C where it was before. Make sure everything's in key. Let's just have a listen to how they sound together. And with this one, I'm just going to show you how this sounds with the notation back where it was with each one. And for this demonstration, we will turn these notes back up. They won't be too distracting compared to their changed positions. Okay, they're a bit louder, but let's give it a listen. Let's listen to our other one straight after. And from that you can clearly hear that these stray notes are adding more complexity and just breaking up the rhythm a little bit more, instead of it being sort of monotonous and really kind of rolling into your ears. Let your bass lines do the sort of groove and the drive. That sounds perfect in my opinion. So let's have a listen to these stacked up. These were from a previous video. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link on the screen now. So let's have a listen to this. So they're sounding really good. Obviously the sound design choices on the other two might not quite fit this particular style, but that is sounding really good, and hopefully you've got some great ideas for another arpeggio from that video. And feel free to use the melody, that is absolutely fine. You can just copy it straight off the screen, it's not too difficult. And with that said, the video is coming to an end. If you are new here and you haven't already subscribed, please consider clicking subscribe so you get to see all the videos when they come out. And if you have any questions or queries about what you've seen in today's video, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to get back to you all. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.